How did Jokic become the player we know today? Jokic was born and raised in Sombor, Serbia, in a small town of about 40,000 people. In that town, Jokic grew up in a small two-bedroom apartment with his two brothers, their parents, and their grandmother. His brothers helped introduce him to basketball, and as a kid, Jokic split his interests between basketball and horses. In fact, Jokic actually quit basketball for months in his early teens as he became obsessed with horse racing. Jokic even competed in one amateur race as a jockey, finishing fourth, before returning his attention to basketball. And at the age of 16, Jokic left Sombor to play with the KK Mega Basket team in Serbia's capital, Belgrade. At this time, the city of over 1 million must have been scary to Jokic, being from a small town. But as he adjusted, he began to dominate the Serbian league, and after 3 years, at the age of 19, he was named MVP of the league. This league also included teams from across Eastern Europe. That year, he averaged 15 points, a league-high 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. But that would be his last season in Serbia, as he declared for the NBA draft. But there was a problem. Just 10 days before the draft, Jokic's then agent Misko declared his client was being pulled from the draft. And just as it looked like Jokic wouldn't be in the draft, the Denver Nuggets, who hadn't been relevant since Carmelo Anthony, promised that they would draft Jokic, the 41st pick, to get Misko to keep Jokic in the draft.
He's boring to me.
Nikola Jokic is not good.
Well, the scouting report on Jokic around the draft: average athlete lacking speed and leaping ability. His upside appears limited.
Nothing remarkable jumped off the tape. Scouts thought he would get eaten alive on the defensive end by athletic NBA big men. Jokic's best draft comparison was Nikola Vucevic, but with a better passing game. But as the Nuggets promised, they took a chance and drafted him with the 41st pick in the 2014 NBA draft. When the pick was made, ESPN was in the middle of airing a Taco Bell commercial, and Jokic himself was fast asleep, as it was the middle of the night in Serbia. His NBA journey had started without him knowing. After starting the first 8 games of the season and having a record of 2-6, Jokic was moved to the bench for the next 14 games. During this stretch as a bench player, he had a season-high 27 points, 11 rebounds, and a loss to Dallas. But in the very next game, he recorded a near triple-double with 27 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, and a win over Dallas.
This is perfect. Hey, shot! As Jokic scores again. Jokic in the post, back cut, reverse layup. And a lot of people start doing it. Jokic over the top. Jokic in on measuring. Put it up. Yes, caught that one. What a pass by Jokic!
In his first season, Jokic averaged 10 points, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds. But he progressed at a fast rate. Jokic went on to set career highs across the board on a seemingly weekly basis, and in 2 years, he became a full-time starter. Also in this time, the Nuggets drafted a point guard in Jamal Murray, who helped Jokic and the Nuggets develop into contenders in the West.
Now Jokic, careful. Jokic around his man on the reverse. He's got great touch, doesn't he? Swing it underneath the ball. Pass is low. Jokic.
Bayless trying to find Giannis on a dive, long pass ahead.
Jokic, and once again it's the floater. It's through, up and under!
Building off that, in the 2018-19 season, Jokic erupted. It was his first full season as a full-time starter. Comparisons to Vucevic vanished. It quickly became clear Nikola Jokic was something no one had seen before, averaging 20 points, 11 rebounds and 7 assists, earning himself his first All-NBA team selection and his first All-Star selection as a reserve, becoming the Nuggets' first All-Star since Carmelo Anthony.
See the way he cuts in. To beat the buzzer, yes! Got it back, put it up, no, got it back, put it up, yes! Blue arrow, over the top, Murray, on the backhand! Jokic in the lane, throws it up, Markkanen, the only player in double figures. Jokic behind the back! Out of bounds, water polo pass, Beasley, score!
Into Paul. Here it goes. Got it! Denver has won!
After this, the Nuggets made the playoffs, making it all the way to the Western Conference semifinals, losing to the Trailblazers in 7 games. But in those 14 playoff games, Jokic averaged 25 points, 13 rebounds and 8 assists. The following season was the weirdest NBA season to date. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray led the Nuggets to being 3rd in the West, making the playoffs, which will become a historic run.
Instead with a dribble drive to Jokic. And he missed it. Jokic, long pass. Harris has it. Bounce pass. Fabulous.
A mismatch and punish him.
That's 12 games. Underneath the ground. Give it to Jokic. Oh, what a pass. Back to Curry. Wanted Murray to go back door. Jokic off 1 foot.
Let me dirt this. He picked that foot up, and what he did, it made it a 3.
Looking for Jokic. Got him. Oh, no licky pass.
Slams it down. I don't know how he sees it, Marlo. I don't know.
He's doubles. Behind the back. Jokic will turn at the base. High arc. Down!
In the first round against the Utah Jazz, Jokic had a good series, but it was Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell who battled it out, with Murray leading them to the next round after coming back from a 3-1 deficit.
Denver and Jamal Murray. Snyder was saying, Murray for 3, got it!
And he's disappeared here a little bit.
For the tie, Murray! On the Jokic screen, hit him with the hesitation move. Murray off the Jokic screen, got free, raising up.
Final seconds, here comes Jokic, fires at the horn, and he buries.
Panic mode when the series is 1-1. Murray springs free.
Handed down there. Great pass right there by Mitchell. Thought it was too much on him.
Jamal Murray downhill
Beautiful.
on Gobert. Right.
In the next round against the Clippers, Nikola and the Nuggets found themselves down 3-1 again, but this time Jokic led his team back to win the series.
Spinning on Harrell. Inside the reverse. Jumping off, but Craig got out there. Jokic across the lane.
Jokic, 2 on the shot clock. Hoists an off-balance jumper. It finds net.
Jokic recorded a triple-double with 16 points, 22 rebounds, and 13 assists in a Game 7 victory over the heavily favored Los Angeles Clippers. Jokic joined Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett as the only players to have a 20-rebound triple-double in the postseason. And with the win, the Nuggets became the first team in NBA history to come back from multiple 3-1 deficits in a single postseason. Next were the Lakers in the conference finals.
And behind the back, Jokic for 3, and it's down. Jokic backing his way down over Anthony Davis.
But sadly, after a historic run, the Nuggets would lose this series as LeBron and the Lakers would go on to win a championship.
With him in this one.
Katie Morris just 3 of 19 in his last 3 games. Now Jokic is on the run.
Jokic started off the next season with 4 triple-doubles in the first 6 games. And continuing from this throughout the NBA season, having notable game after notable game, he became the 9th player in NBA history to record 50 career triple-doubles, as well as the only center to do this since Chamberlain. He also finished second to Westbrook for the most triple-doubles that season. Jokic became just the 3rd player in NBA history to finish the season ranked top 5 in points, rebounds, assists, leading Nuggets to another postseason.
Puts it up, hit it. Jokic. After Jokic, he'll take the 3, got it off in time. Yes!
Entering the playoffs in the first round, the Nuggets faced the Portland Trailblazers. They would be without their 2 best players, Jamal Murray and Will Barton. Nevertheless, Jokic continued his elite level of play throughout the series, averaging 33 points and winning the series. Next, he would face the Suns. Jokic tallied 32 points, 20 rebounds and 10 assists in Game 3, joining Kareem and Wilt as the only players in NBA history to post a 30-point, 20-rebound, 10-assist game. Frustrating for Jokic, the Suns swept the Nuggets that series.
Ran visibly upset.
But on the bright side, Jokic won his first MVP.
Making him the first Denver Nugget to ever receive this honor in our franchise's NBA history.
His biggest achievement in his NBA career up to this point. In the 2022 season, Jokic continued breaking records and moving up all-time stat lists, getting to 8th on the all-time career triple-double list, and getting recognized by the NBA and the annual GM survey, voting him as the best center in the NBA.
It's in the lane, floated up! He finds Gordon. Gordon for 3!
Yeah, but still more than the Nuggets.
Nice dish. Jokic up and under, and he's
Who's back in. Sombor shuffle. Got it! 4 to shoot, backing in on Bam. Puts it up.
Ending the regular season as the first player to tally at least 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season, and winning his second MVP trophy in his best season, averaging 27 points, 8 assists, and 14 rebounds. But this would all come to a sudden end. Going into the playoffs in the first round facing the Warriors, the dream season would end.
Off of screens. Joker barreling inside. The mismatch on Wiggins. Never come back from an 0-3 deficit. Joker walks into the three, knocks it home.
As the Nuggets lost to the Warriors in the very first round. After a disappointing playoffs, the next season started probably the best way anyone could ask, as Jokic agreed to a 5-year, $264 million Supermax contract extension with the Nuggets, making it the richest deal in NBA history. And it was probably worth it, as Jokic continued his form from the past years, surpassing Chamberlain for the most triple-doubles all-time by a center of 79, becoming Nuggets' all-time assist leader. He also became the first center in NBA history to lead a franchise in career assists.
And then a bad pass, he runs it down, and then behind his back, right perfect.
Jokic to beat the clock, fires a three, got it!
Another rebound. Jokic has a double-double, his 18th on the...
Oh, look at that pass. Look at the pass. What a pass. Two, but between his legs, right through the wicket.
That guy is unbelievable. This is 7-footer, folks.
Jokic backs up for the win! Yeah!
And in a close MVP race, Jokic lost to Embiid going into the playoffs. In the first round, Jokic and Murray beat the Timberwolves with ease, moving on to the new-look Suns, who became favourites in the West after getting KD. But Jokic showed up, becoming the first center in NBA history to put up at least 50 points and 10 assists in a playoff game in Game 4 of that series, and carried that form through the series, beating the Suns 4-2.
They will inbound.
And that was a Jokic pass right there.
Biyombo to the box, fades, he sticks it!
To make the finals, the Nuggets had to get through the Lakers, who surprisingly made it to the conference finals. But it showed, as the Nuggets swept the Lakers in 4 games, with Jokic having a triple-double in each game except one.
Jokic goes inside, lays it up and in.
Obviously, this is a big-time move. Spin, drop step,
Spins, looking, falling away, it's good. Jokic just gets it off in time, it's up. Oh, it goes in! Jokic from downtown! Anthony Davis just stares at him. Jokic gets into the paint, flips it up, shot's good, and one.
Now the stage was set, heading into his first final series against the Miami Heat. At the age of 28, the center from Serbia, who has 2 MVP awards, 5 All-NBA selections, 5 All-Star selections, was set to take the floor in the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. Heading in with all the momentum with Denver, Jokic being on the verge of winning his first NBA championship from being the 41st pick. This guy was picked to be the 9th or 10th option, lasting a handful of years in the NBA before heading to Europe. Instead, he's become arguably the best player in the NBA right now. Jokic is like the Tom Brady of the NBA. A throwaway pick who became a legend. And entering Game 1 of the NBA Finals, Jokic posted a triple-double with 27 points, 14 assists, and 10 rebounds in a win over the Miami Heat. He joined Jason Kidd as the only player in NBA history to put up a triple-double in their NBA Finals debut. He and Jamal Murray also became the second pair of teammates in NBA history to each put up 25 points and 10 assists in the Finals game since Magic Johnson and James Worthy. In Game 2, despite the confidence momentum and putting up 41 points, the Heat beat the Nuggets, tying the series. With the pressure on Game 3, Jokic became the first player in NBA history to record 32 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists in the Finals game, leading the Nuggets past the Heat in a 101-94 win. Jokic and Jamal Murray also became the first teammates in NBA history, regular season or playoffs, to record a 30-point triple-double in the same game.
Couple of days, Jokic goes down a lane, stops, blocked by Adebayo. Jokic on the second.
Back on the winning side, trying to take a 3-1 lead in Game 4, Jokic put up 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks in the win, taking a big 3-1 lead, entering what could be the biggest moment of his career.
Jokic backing in, double team, gets up the shot.
Then Vincent, no help, no double team.
The pressure was on for Jokic to close the series and ultimately win their first championship. Game 5 was a tough, scrappy game with many turnovers and the lead switching constantly, this being the lowest scoring game in the series. But Jokic fought, getting a game-high 16 rebounds and scoring a game-high 28 points.
Jokic gets it back, puts it up and in, and a foul. Defensive rebounding. They've got 15 seconds. Inside, Jokic. Count it.
To lead his team to a win in the championship and winning the finals MVP.
It's over. At last, the long wait is over. After 47 years, the Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions. Such joy right now in the Mile High City. The first title in franchise history. Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
This year's Bill Russell Finals MVP goes to Nikola Jokic.
All of the work and failure leading up to this point, Nikola Jokic's first championship, cementing his legacy and historic run to his first NBA title.
Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions.
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.